Hi, my name is Megan Atuvle and I make interactive floor and wall experiences for a living. And every week I come to YouTube and I teach you how to make something cool. So this week we're going to be making this really neat, extremely active, interactive floor. And I am going to walk you through step by step how I did this. If you like these types of videos, please leave a comment or send me an email at info@lumoplay.com. If you have a project and you want to try something, you're not sure what kind of equipment to use, you have questions about what can and can't be done with projectors or with interactive visuals, I'm the person to reach out to. I've been doing this forever and I really love helping people with their projects. So if you have any questions, you can reach me at info@lumoplay.com or leave a comment. Let's go over to my computer and I'll show you how I made this. I'm pretty excited about this effect. I saw one of my customers make this. They did something pretty different, but they used the particle image template in a way that I've never seen it used before. Usually people just use it to make a logo into kind of a cool interactive plasma-y shape. But these guys used it as a full floor effect and it looks really, really cool. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm using LUMOplay, which is the licensed tier that we created for agencies and events and creators. It waives the publishing fee, so you can make as many Motion Maker experiences as you want to without having to pay each time. If you are not planning on making a lot of stuff, like if you are getting LUMOplay for your office or your business and you just want to make one or two effects with your logo, you don't need to get Playmaker. You can just do pay as you go. The prices to publish a Motion Maker app are listed on our website. It's under $100 and it's a really easy thing to do. And if you don't need to be constantly making content, then you don't need to pay the extra for the higher level tier. But if you're like me and you make 2 or 3 or 4 Motion Maker apps a month, then you probably want to get LUMOplay, because then you don't have to worry about those fees. So I'm going to go into the Motion Maker template section and I'm going to look for particle image. Oh, I went way past it. There it is. So this is the particle image template. I'm going to click create and I am going to call this effect Vortex because I just think that sounds cool. Now, there's a bunch of default images included with this effect. I'm going to start by getting rid of some of those. So I'm going to go into the overlay, get rid of this logo, get rid of this idle image, and make sure that those are just not part of my effect at all. And then I'm going to close overlay and replace this background image. So I'm opening the background section. I'm going to go to the folder that I made for this effect and replace it with a background video that I made. This background video has pretty high compression because there's a lot of things moving around, but because it's just in the background behind an actual interactive element, I'm not too worried about it. The other thing to know about the video is that it does have sound. So if I unmute my audio, you can hear there's some ambient sound. You can put sound in any video loop that you want to put up. The loops that I make tend to be around 3 minutes long, and I use pretty high compression whenever possible. I try to keep my video sizes under 250 megabytes. If you're curious about what kinds of compression to use or how to prepare your assets, there will be a link in the description to the article that covers this template, and that gives you a breakdown of exactly how to prepare your graphics. So that's it for my background. For the particles, this is going to be the fun part. So normally the particle emitter shape is a square image. I made something a little different, so let's see what happens when I put it in. Yeah, it doesn't scale for the whole screen, but it does cover this band in the middle, which I think is pretty cool. I am just going to turn this ghost image off because I noticed there's an image there, so I'm going to get rid of that so that I can see this image that I've put in here. Now I'm going to play around a little bit with the effects. And you can see already that it's there's a lot of motion going on, but now you can see the interaction. So let's try some different particle shapes and see what looks good. I think something softer is going to look the best. That looks pretty nice. Let's try turning these particle sizes way down, and then the density is already all the way up. If we make these bigger, ooh, that's too big. Yeah, I really like that. We've got stars. I think sticking to something that's blurry, like the background video, is a good idea. That looks nice. One of the things that I noticed when making the last particle image experience that I did for a tutorial is that if you turn the particle size all the way to the top and then you turn the transparency all the way down so the particles disappear, your trails are way bigger. So that's kind of an interesting hack if you want to have something big and interactive without the bright particles. But that's not what I want right now. So I'm going to turn these guys down again. I like nebula. I think that looks very cool. We've got a rotation speed here. Let's turn that all the way up and see how it looks. Yeah, so I think this will be a really interesting sensory experience. This is a kind of a cool pattern of colors, and it gives you a lot of motion even when people aren't interacting with it. I do want to turn the ghost image on with the particle image that I created just to see what that looks like. Turn this size up so that it fills the whole screen. Yeah, that extra overlay of the pattern is really neat. I'm going to turn the transparency down a little bit on this. You can see the pattern, but it's not way up in your face. And that creates a really interesting layered effect. I think I'm very happy with that. I just want to play around with the particles a little bit more. So we've tried nebula, I don't think we've tried twinkle. Twinkle's a little too sharp, I think. Twinkle glow. That looks pretty cool. Maybe go back to clouds. I'm torn between clouds and nebula. I think nebula is the one that fits the background video the most though, so I'm going to stick with that. I like the particle size and density where it is. I'm going to turn the transparency down just a little bit, and that's it. I think I'm done with this effect, so I'm just going to click save and close the effect. It's given me the effect with a really nice thumbnail so I can recognize it. And I'm just going to click publish, and when I do click publish, it will give me a little warning saying that once my app is published, I can't edit it anymore. This is where having a LUMOplay Maker account is really helpful because you can make as many versions as you want to until you get it exactly how you want it, and you don't have to pay each time. But if you are using Playground, then my suggestion is have your computer connected to your final installation, because then you can put the Motion Maker experience that you're building right on your floor or wall and test it as you go and make sure that it's going to look as good in your final installation as possible before you publish it. So I'm going to click OK, and we're going to upload this. And yeah, once it's uploaded, it's available in every single one of the installations connected to your account. So if you are an agency and you're making effects for events, it's as simple as publishing it and then either using the remote playlist management to push it out to your installation remotely, or just downloading it on site and launching it. And that's it. That's how you use the particle image template. That's it for this week's tutorial. If you have any questions, you can reach me at info@lumoplay.com or leave a message in the comments. Engaging with this video really helps us. We have done our best to make interactive projection software as affordable and easy to use as possible, and it's a mission that we are extremely dedicated to, and we'd really like to be able to reach more people. So if you can like this video, share it with somebody you think might find it cool, that would really help us. Again, if you have any questions or you've got a project that you want to discuss, leave it in the comments or contact me at info@lumoplay.com. I'll see you again next week with another tutorial.